Ah, Sekiro. Welcome to the land of pain and regrets. Today I'm reviewing the Sekiro Shadow Die Twice, or as I like to call it, Sekiro. Players die 1,237 times. Believe me, I haven't seen the death screen over the actual gameplay itself. Well, anyways, I finished the game. I got the platinum. I earned trauma, which is like a gift for completing the whole game. But honestly, I do enjoy the game. I do enjoy every single moment playing the game, just how I enjoyed your mom. Please don't hate me, I'm just joking. The game is difficult, but that's what makes the game great, I guess. Anyways, you play as Wolf, a shinobi with one facial expression. Well, his mission is actually simple: protect Lord Kuro, this small kid that looks harmless. But of course, this kid is secretly the most valuable item in all Japan. So you start off the game inside a well, already a red flag. You know what they say, games that starts in wells never end well. You escape from the well and sneak past guards like freaking James Bond. You find Kuro being held captive by Daddy Genichiro, who wants immortality, and the only way to get it is with Kuro's blood. He needs it because he wants power to protect Ashina City. Kuro gives you a sword and a plan on how you are going to escape. Finally, some action. You fight off some weak-ass enemies thinking nothing could stop you. Then you meet your first mini-boss, and that's where things start to get difficult. The game teaches you how posture works, meaning breaking enemy stands to kill. Some enemies needs to be killed more than once, how important parrying is and how it works, showing how dodging is pointless in the game, unlike other FromSoftware titles such as Bloodborne, where you could easily spam dodging and survive. After defeating him, you make your way to the emergency exit and meet Daddy Yeni. Although the game wants you to fight him, but you're not ready for that, so he chops off your arm and sends you straight to the gulag. And fast forward, the next thing you see is an Onk, also without an arm. Some tuning shit is happening here. He hands you over a mechanical arm, which is the greatest thing ever. It shoots fire, throws shurikens, breaks shields, but still die to a freaking chicken. You meet Emma, a hot Asian chick, and she teaches you how medics work in the game. And you meet this immortal guy, I kind of forgot his name, which you can train and try new skills on him. You head out to rescue Kuro again, and the first map you unlock is Ashina Outskirts. You meet your first general, called General Naomori Kawarada. Please don't make fun of me. Well, by this time, you are used to parrying, so fighting off the general will be quite easy. After defeating him, you will make your way down to the Chain Ogre, one of the most annoying bosses in the game. Nigga be pulling some John Cena type shit. He doesn't attack with sword because obviously he's not a woman. All he does is grab you, molest you, and throws you off the cliff like fucking Kirby. Well, he's weak to fire for some reasons, so you can easily kill it with flames and you get the job done easy. After that, you meet another general, again, from software. Can't you just let me rest for a sec, for f***'s sake? Well, you meet General Tenzen Yamauchi. Pretty sure I'm butchering that, but don't blame me. I'm not Japanese, although I was born to be one, but sadly I ended up in the middle of desert. Well, this fight is even more annoying to me than the earlier fights because you have to clear the enemies around the general, moving like Prime Mikey before fighting the actual general, which is more difficult than the earlier bosses for some reasons, because I had to chase this nigga to finally defeat him. Don't judge me, I was still new to the game. After defeating the general, you meet this giant ass snake. You might be thinking there's no way to defeat it, but actually there is. If you are chasing the platinum, there's a trophy which requires you to defeat it, and how you do that is you jump off from a high ground and stab the shit out of it. After making your way to Ashina Castle, you meet your very own main boss. Yes, you heard that right. All them bosses we encountered earlier were mini bosses. His name is Gyobu Oniwa, and he guards the gate to Ashina Castle. I didn't have any difficulty with this boss. It's just a guy on a pony that yells a lot. With the right rhythm and practice, you get it soft work. After defeating him, you make your way to Ashina Castle where you face Blazing Bull, a bull in blaze, just like the name suggested. Pretty much the same as fighting the Chain Ogre, needs patience and poking it in the boho. We also have Ashina Elite Gensuke Saze, a swordman so fast he could slice you in the blink of an eye. You will literally have to sacrifice blinking just to read his moves. And lastly, 7 Spears Shikibu Toshikatsu Yamauchi. This is my favorite mini boss in the game because I spent most time on him learning how to make Hiriki counter. For those who have no idea what that is, well, it's a move you perform when an enemy attacks in a stab form. Just time it and you'll be sent to hell. You make your way up to the Ashina castle where you will face off Daddy Geni again, and the fight is just lovely. Swords clashing sound graping my ears majestically, dodging, parrying, and performing Mikiriki so dang beautiful like I'm watching a fucking world's dance. Well, you defeat him and he turns into a god of thunder, Zeus. And after finally defeating him for the last time, you get to learn that Genichiro is not actually evil for fun, that he believes Ashina is dying and only immortality can save it, and by that means Kuro's power must be used. Well, after uniting with Kuro, you learn what his objectives are, which is to break immortality, aka his powers, and stop endless suffering. Yes, people in their world suffer just by him living. Spoiler alert, there are 3 ways to resolve it, and each determines which ending you get. And they are: 1. Immortal Severance, which is the default ending. Sekiro helps Kuro end immortality by killing himself with the metal blade. And 2. Purification ending. Sekiro sacrifices himself instead, which is sad. And 3. The last one, Return ending, which is the best and true ending. This ending both Kuro and Sekiro lives, but they have to travel to some imaginary type of place. I didn't pay attention to that part of the game. And there's another ending which I'll get to that in a minute. So to reach any of these endings, you'll have to collect 3 ritual ingredients, which are Mortal Blade, a weapon capable of killing immortals, found at Senpou Temple where you meet the corrupted monk and fight off a main boss called the Folding Screen Monkeys. Basically 4 monkeys you have to kill strategically, more like a puzzle. And the second ingredient is Lotus of the Palace, a flower which tied to the Divine Realm, I believe the imaginary type of place that Sekiro and Kuro will go in the return ending. The flower is found in Sunken Valley, also known as Gunfort area, where you will fight mini boss Snake Eyes Shiharagi, and oh my god, this ugly looking ass is so annoying. Took me a while to finally dispose of him. And then the area main boss, a guardian ape that guards the flower, an immortal ape that still fights after his head is chopped off on some Akaza type shit. And finally Shelter Stone, a red stone needed for the ritual to access an area called Fountain Palace, aka the Divine Realm, found in Mibu Village. But before you reach Mibu Village, you first go through Ashina Depths, a dark, creepy coast region, and you will fight mini bosses like Snake Eyes Shirafuji. This is a different Snake Eyes, by the way, and he is equally annoying. Orin of the Water, a lady that fights majestically as well. A difficult and unpredictable fight, but you will enjoy it once you get the hang of it. And then finally the main boss, Corrupted Monk, that isn't the real one. It's like you fight off his hologram. Guess it's safe to say that it's the corrupted monk. Sorry. After gathering all the items, you head back to Ashina Castle to submit them. The first person to welcome you is Ol, also known as Sekiro's father. He took in Sekiro when he was a puppy and trained him to be a shinobi. And turns out he's also a bad guy and he wants that blood from Kuro to get invincibility as well. Guess nobody wants to die in the world of Sekiro. He now gives you an option either to fuck with his plan and obey him or fuck off. And depending on what you choose will lead to different endings. If you decide to fight alongside him and betray Kuro, you will have the Shura ending, also known as the bad ending, which is the ending I spoke of earlier, where you'll get to fight Emma, the medic Asian hot chick, and Ishin, the old dude that is a father to Geni. And after that, you become corrupt, and that's that. Meanwhile, if you throw a middle finger at Ol, you get to fight him and Geni as well. But this time around, after you finish off Daddy Geni, his daddy, Granny Ishin, pops out and starts spreading bullets like it's some high school in the US. I don't mind fighting Granny Asian zillions times because I really did enjoy fighting him. Definitely the best fight in the whole game. After defeating Granny, your final boss, you'll now go to Kuro, and that's where you get to pick which ending you want out of the 3 endings that I mentioned earlier. It's giving different game ending energy. Anyways, that's how the story ends, and I miss quite a lot of things like some mini bosses and areas such as Hirata Estate and Fountainhead, but they are optional, and if I have to go through every single details, it's gonna take me a decade and I'm too lazy for that. I'm sorry. Well, peace out, ladies.